So, what does liberty even look like in the 21st century? You might be surprised to hear that the answer could be hiding in just a single sentence. Today, we're going to unpack that sentence and, in the process, reveal a whole new way of looking at one of the world's most iconic symbols. Let's dive in.
Okay, here it is. At first glance, this sounds like, a prompt you'd type into an AI image generator, or maybe a shot list for a filmmaker. It's super descriptive, really specific, and it just paints this incredibly clear picture in your head. You can almost feel the wind and see the whole scene play out, right?
But is that all it is? Is this really just a simple set of instructions for making a pretty picture? Or is there something way deeper going on here? Something that tells us a lot about our culture, right here, right now.
And that, right there, is the heart of what we're talking about today. This isn't just a description. It's a formula. It's a recipe for telling a very specific, a very contemporary story about what things like freedom, adventure, and even history mean to us today.
So, let's break this recipe down ingredient by ingredient. First up, every story needs a hero. So, let's meet ours.
Now notice it doesn't just say a person. It's very specific, a young, adventurous woman. This immediately sets a certain tone. We're not talking about some historical figure or a family coming to a new land. Nope. The hero of this story is an individual on a personal quest, and her defining trait is that she's adventurous.
Now let's get into the details, because this is where it gets good. Why a messy bun? Come on, it's not just a random hairstyle. In today's visual language, it's this powerful little symbol. It kind of signals someone who's too busy living their life, having experiences, to worry about perfect hair. It's become shorthand for authenticity, for being real and relatable.
And the yellow backpack? Same deal. It's not just a thing to carry her stuff in. Yellow is the color of sunshine, right? Of happiness and optimism. And a backpack tells us she's a traveler. She's ready for a journey. So this one little accessory paints her as this bright, hopeful explorer, totally ready for whatever's next.
Okay, so we've got our hero, this relatable, modern adventurer. Now let's talk about the setting. What role does one of the most important monuments in the entire world play in her personal story?
This, right here, illustrates the shift perfectly. Traditionally, the Statue of Liberty stood for these huge collective ideas, democracy, hope, the American dream for millions. But in this vlog version, its role completely changes. It's less of a symbol for a nation and more of a beautiful, historic backdrop for her story. It's an aesthetic choice for her adventure. The focus has totally shifted from the we to the me.
And this brings us to this really fascinating paradox. The whole scene is designed to feel completely authentic, totally spontaneous. But the language used to describe it, well, it reveals that it's anything but. Let's just pull back the curtain for a second. Step one is the direction. It says cinematic travel vlog shot. That's a very specific modern genre. Step two is the action. The wind blowing her hair isn't some happy accident, it's a directed moment. It's meant to look natural and free. And then, step three, the polish. 4K, photorealistic means this candid moment is captured in the absolute highest quality. It's professionally produced reality.
So here's the kicker. The goal isn't just to capture a moment, it's to construct a perfect-looking memory. It's a performance of authenticity, one that's carefully put together to feel spontaneous and deeply personal, all ready to be shared with the world.
Okay, let's put all the pieces together. We've deconstructed the hero, the setting, and the performance. So what does this formula, this whole recipe for a modern story, really tell us about our new vision of liberty? What's the bigger picture here? So what have we learned? Well, first off, huge ideals like liberty are being reimagined. They're becoming personal, individual, and, maybe most importantly, shareable experiences. I mean, we live in an age where if you didn't post it, it almost feels like it didn't happen, right? Liberty is something you perform. Second, what we think of as authentic is often just a very carefully constructed style. The messy bun, the candid shot, it's all part of the visual language of the curated self that we see all over our feeds. And finally, these massive historical symbols are becoming stages for our own personal stories. They're turning into scenery with their deeper collective meanings kind of fading into the background of our own main character narratives.
And all of this leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. This one little sentence has shown us a world where we're all the directors and the stars of our own little movies. It's a whole new way of seeing ourselves and the world. So it makes you wonder, when your life is the movie, what's actually real?